Welcome back. In this class we will study about dimensional homogeneity. Dimensional homogeneity. Okay, dimensional homogeneity. Dimensional homogeneity means it's just a simple that every equation we will be having LHS and RHS, right? Every equation means what? It will be having a equal signs, and equal sign is there means left hand side something will be there and right hand side something will be there. LHS and RHS will be there. Okay, if I write the dimensions of LHS, that in terms of M, L and T, if I write the dimensions of LHS side, that is in terms of M, L and T, the same way, then whatever that is the parameters are there in the right hand side, for all of them, if I express them in terms of M, L and T, then they must be equal. They must be equal. Or I can say that the powers of this M and this M must be same. The powers of this L and this L must be same. The powers of this T and this T must be same. Then I can say that the given equation is dimensionally homogeneous. Okay, the dimensionally homogeneous. The simple thing. The definition you can call it the dimensional homogeneity means dimensions of each term of the equation in the bracket left hand side and right hand side close the bracket must be equal in their fundamental powers. Okay, then in explanation you can write that each and every equation will have a left hand side and right hand side. Independently, left hand side if you express that parameter in terms of M, L and T, and right hand side if you express those parameters M, L and T, then the powers of left hand side and right hand side fundamental quantities must be equal. Then that is called as dimensional homogeneity. One example I will show you. Check whether V equal to root 2GH is, what is the question? Check whether V equal to root 2GH is dimensionally homogeneous. Okay, they are asking to check. Okay, first LHS equal to RHS I will write. Then what is LHS? LHS is velocity unit is meter per second and its dimension is L t raised to minus 1. Correct? Then this is call it as equation number 1. Then what is RHS? RHS is root 2GH. Okay, means I can write it as a 2GH to the power 1 by 2. Okay, now then 2 dimensionless and G is a acceleration meter per, you can write it like this, L t raised to minus 2, right? Then H is a length, that is L, therefore you will get a L square t raised to minus 2 to the power, means this all entire power 1 by 2 is there, to the power 1 by 2. This 1 by 2 multiplied to L, then it will become 2 cancelled and L will be left, and this 1 by 2 multiplied to minus 2, then it will be left minus 1. Now see, this equation number is 2. Then the equation number 1 and equation number 2 are same, L t raised to minus 1. Therefore, I checked it. Therefore, V equal to root 2GH is dimensionally homogeneous. Understood? This is what they are giving they are explaining what is homogeneous. Okay, dimensional homogeneity. Now coming to methods of dimensional analysis. Methods of dimensional analysis. How many methods are there? Actually speaking, there are many methods are there, but for your syllabus we have that VTU is included 2 methods. The first one is, that is the Rayleigh's method of dimensional analysis, and the second one is Buckingham's method, Buckingham's pi theorem, which is called as pi method you can call. Okay, these two are included. Okay, in this class I will just explain how Rayleigh's method is worked out, and in the later classes I will explain the procedure, or otherwise I will consider some problems and I will explain Rayleigh's method. See, this Rayleigh's method is very simple. First, I will tell you when we go for when we go for Rayleigh's method or otherwise dimensional analysis. When we want, why we want this dimensional analysis, you should know. Say for example, I have some parameter with me. I would like to know here that in a water, if I throw one steel pebble, then it will go down, right? Then what is the velocity here? The velocity of the steel ball which is moving inside the water, how it is affected, whether it is affected by some other parameters, that I would like to know. Okay, think that if this is a vacuum, and here you drop a steel ball, then measure the velocity, and later you drop here and measure the velocity. Both are not same because here some resistance will be there. Then what are the factors which are resisting your movement of the steel ball? Then I can say that the density of the water, yes, density of the water is a parameter which is resisting your movement, and I can say that viscosity of the viscosity of the water, that is also resisting the movement of your glass ball, and I can say the drag force is offering the resistance, and say your gravitational is not resisting but it is supporting, it is supporting the movement. Okay, like that, this velocity of the glass ball moving in the water is depending on so many parameters, whether they might be a directly depending or inversely depending, we don't know, but they are depending on these many parameters. Then the question here is how we need to establish the relation between them. Then how I have to write? V equal to rho nu F by G I have to write, or V equal to G rho into F to the power 1 by 2 square. Then how I have to write? I don't know. Can you make an equation out of this V and these all parameters? That is very difficult thing. Therefore, this dimensional analysis chapter is introduced. Here you will get a rough idea how these parameters can be related to the velocity. Understood? The same way here in the Rayleigh's method, we will be having two variables. The first one is dependent variable, and the second one is independent variable. What we do, this dependent variable, if I call this is a x, and this x is depending on so many independent variables, they are small x's, so many independent variables. Then how I have to write a general equation? Then x is a function of x1, x2, x3, like that, xn. See, this x is there, no, this variable is depending on many other variables. This is a generalized equation. Okay, in some textbook they will write it like a f of x1, x2, x3, x4, like, or otherwise even you can write it like x equal to k into, k is some proportionality constant, then k into x1, x2, x3, x4, okay, xn. This is a Rayleigh's method. Then what is the procedure, how to solve the problems of this Rayleigh's method? The first one is identify which is LHS and which is RHS. First identify, I will write neatly that first procedure of Rayleigh's method solution is first identify LHS and RHS. Okay, write all the dimensions of LHS and RHS parameters independently. Okay, na? First, you know already fundamental parameters, you write them, First you write LHS parameters and RHS parameters. You write all dimensions of LHS and RHS. Okay. The third point will be express LHS and RHS in this format, that is x equal to f of x power a, x1 power a, x2 power b, x3 power c, x4 power d, dash 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 dash, xn power m, whatever it is. Okay, like that you need to express them. Okay, then the fifth one is substitute all dimensions, okay, determined at second point at 2 into third equation. Okay, third equation means these all the whatever the dimensions you calculated here, those all things you substitute back into this equation. Then sixth point is, well, sorry, this is the fourth one. This the fifth point is equate powers of m, l, t, mlt of LHS and RHS. Okay, equate it. Then after that, sixth point is determine A, B, C, D values. Then seventh point is substitute A, B, C values into third point equation over. This is what the problem solving procedure. I will follow this only and I will solve the problems. Right? We'll go in the next class, we will solve the problems. Right? Thank you.